Hey y'all, this is Ashley. Some of you might know me in VR as Raphael Aces. Today I'm going to walk through the process of scheduling a facilitator time slot for the third annual Women's World Metaverse Retreat. And I'm also going to walk you through the process of editing a confirmed time slot. The reason we're going to talk about editing a slot today is because some of you don't have all of your details right. There are going to be some of you who sign up, you have, everything about your session, the cost, the description, the title, all of that. You're going to go through and you're going to do your booking, and that's going to be fine. But there are also some of you who might know how long your session is going to be. You might know the date and the time, but you haven't fully fleshed out all of the details. And we want you to still be able to go in and sign up so you can save your spot. And so the ability to edit this booking after you've booked it is where you're going to be able to update your information. So we're going to walk through that. Okay. Something I'm going to say a bunch of times throughout this recording. The signups close on September 12th, 2024. There are no exceptions. So if you have not submitted your sign up for your time slot, and we wake up as the committee on September 13th, 2024, and it's not in there, you're not going to be able to add it. If you've only partially submitted your information, so you've selected your date and your time, but you don't have all of the details for your session submitted, we're going to have to purge it from the list. And the reason that we are doing this is that we got a lot of good feedback last year from participants and facilitators about the process. But one of the things that stuck out for us is that we kind of had a lingering deadline. So there wasn't really a deadline. And so we were having to ask people for information, or it was kind of like we were getting close to the final weeks before the retreat and we were still getting information. We really want to have a solid deadline this year so that we have ample time to get out the catalog, to market the retreat, and to also market your sessions. And in order to do that effectively and to really drum up the interest and get a lot of participants for these sessions, we need that solid deadline so we have solid time for marketing. Okay, so that is why. So please, please, please get all of your information in no later than September 12th, 2024. I will probably say it one more time in this recording because we really want you all to be able to participate and enjoy this process. Okay, so please get that in by September 12th, 2024. So now what we're going to do is review the scheduling page. On this page, you can select a service. The service is essentially how long your session is going to be. So we have 60 minutes, 30 minutes, and 90 minutes. You will select one of these for your session. If you're someone who is having multiple sessions, so say you're having 2 sessions on Friday, or you might have a session on Friday and a session on Saturday, you'll fill this out for your first session. Once you've completed this, you'll go back in and do a new booking for your second session. Okay, so those will be done in separate bookings. Also, for the purposes of this today, I'm going to select a 60-minute session, and then we'll go through and look at everything from here. Each of these services has a read more section, and it all says the same thing. Please read before booking. The 2024 retreat schedule has been structured to eliminate numerous co-occurring sessions. Other feedback we got last year was that there was no limit on who could book for a time slot, right? So there might be 2 people at one time slot. It might be 1 person, or there might be 4. And what was happening is, for facilitators, if I'm a facilitator and I'm really interested in going into someone else's session, but it's happening at the same time as mine, it limits my ability to also participate. Same thing for participants. If I'm a participant and I see that there's 3 sessions I really want to do and they're all at 4:00 on a Saturday, well, now I'm having to pick. So we really wanted to ease that process of scheduling for facilitators and also for participants so we can all get the most out of this retreat. So that is why we've limited the number of co-occurring sessions. The next thing it says is, after booking, please check your email for confirmation and to access retreat graphic and logo files. We're going to walk through that in a bit. Okay. So I've selected my 60-minute session. I'm going to go down here where I can select the date and the time. So I'm going to go over to November. I have November 15th and 16th on the calendar. If you look at the 16th, a lot of those sessions are starting to get eaten up. So if you want to do something on Saturday, make sure you get in there and you book your time. I'm going to select Friday for this, and we'll say 4 p.m. This displays right now for me in Eastern time zone, because that's where I'm at and that's where this page was created. If you want to adjust this for the time zone that you are in, you're just going to go to this drop down and you'll select your time zone, and it will tell you what the timing is for the session in your location. Now we're going to look at the details and the additional information in this page. So it's going to ask you for your first and last name. It's going to ask you for your email address. It also has a section for notes. If you are filling everything out when you go through to do your initial booking, you have all of your details, don't worry about this notes section. If you are someone who needs to go back, who will need to go back to enter additional email or information because you don't have it, what you're going to put in this section is needs information update. Okay, and that's going to indicate to us on the committee that, okay, this person's going to go back in and enter additional information later. The additional information. Facilitator names. If you have more than one facilitator, enter both of their names here. Same thing for metaverse names. But what you're going to put here is the username for the platform that you are hosting. So if you are hosting in Horizon Worlds, if you are hosting in Multiverse, what is your username in that place so that when we publish the marketing information, people will know how to find you. Your session title, your session description, the cost of your session, the location and platform that you're going to be hosting the session in. In the past, we've had some facilitators who have a backup location, right, in case something happens. So if you want to enter that, you can, but this information is optional. Your maximum participant count will go here, and then your participant registration link and participant payment link. These might be the same links. If so, that's fine. Just enter them in both places. Okay. And then once you've entered all of this information, you're going to select book. Again, if you are someone who does not have all of that information, right, you're going to go through, make sure you've put this note here, needs information update. Let's go ahead and copy this. We're going to put in our email address. Okay, and for each of these pieces, we're just going to paste in that same bit of information. Now, maybe you know the cost is $15. If there's information you have, feel free to put that in there now. Okay, maybe I know I'm going to host it in Horizon Worlds. And I know my backup is going to be Multiverse if I have one, right? So whatever information you have, but where you don't, put needs information update. And then you're going to go and click book. Oh. Sorry, and it just took me back up the page because I was missing my first and last name. So make sure you have all of that information too. So scroll back down. I'm going to click book. Okay, it's going to take me to this confirmation page. Thank you for booking with us. You will get a confirmation message in email shortly. So make sure everything looks good. I got the right time slot. I picked the right date. I picked the right time. From this confirmation page, and you can get back to this page if you leave it, so don't worry about that. But from this page, you can reschedule your booking if anything needs to be adjusted. You can cancel the booking if necessary. Also, again, if you're someone who's going to have multiple sessions, you can click new booking and go through and schedule your second session. Okay? But what we are going to look at now is the email that you should receive after you've confirmed your bookings. Okay, so I'm going to go over to my email. You will receive 2 email messages. The first is going to come from 3rd Annual Women's World Metaverse Retreat. You might also see, depending on whoever your email client is, you might see this displayed differently. So instead of this as the sender, the 3rd Annual Women's World Metaverse Retreat, you might see this very long geo blah 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 at speaksenterprises.com. So just keep that in mind, because if this doesn't come to your inbox, it might go to your spam or junk folder, so you want to know what you're looking for. The subject will be facilitator time slot 60 minutes. This email is essentially the message that's gonna allow you to put the time slot onto your calendar. It has some of the same information as the other email, but that other email is going to be longer. So from here, you can manage your booking. You can also access the retreat branded graphics in this email. But again, if I click yes here, it's going to add this to my calendar. Okay, so that's what this is for. If you go to the second email, it's also coming from the Women's World Metaverse Retreat. Same long email address, but this subject is confirmed facilitator time slot 60 minutes. I'm going to click here, because this has all the information. I can still add it to my calendar from here, but it's also going to have more detailed information about what I've submitted. So my booking is confirmed, my booking details, the service name, when it's going to be. It gives me the option to reschedule from here. It will give me additional information. Thank you for completing your facilitator sign up. Please use the following link to download branded logos and graphics to use when marketing the event, which we will look at in a second. And it will also give me the details so I can see need information updates for all of these points of data. Okay, so that's here. I'm going to go back up to this link here, Retreat Branded Graphics. If you click here, this is going to take you to a OneDrive page. And inside of this page it's just a folder. It's a file folder. It's going to give you access to all the graphics that have been created for the retreat for your marketing purposes. So there's graphics for different sizes because, for different purposes. We have the square graphic. You might want to use it on Instagram or wherever. We also have graphics that you can use for your multiverse storefronts, for your Facebook pages. So different graphics are here. If you hover over the name, this one says Retreat Digital Asset. It doesn't allow me to use colons in the file name. So when you see this says 11, this is actually a 1-to-1 size graphic. It also says the pixels, so it's 5,000 by 5,000 pixels. If I do the same thing here, hover over, this is a 3-to-1 size graphic, and it's 1,500 by 500 pixels. So you can go through here and see which graphics you need. We also have the smaller logos with information that you can use in different places as well. Okay. Also in this folder, there is the Women's World logo that you can use on your marketing. And what I'm really excited about is Tink has made for us again this year her marketing stickers. So this is a sample file of what the sticker will look like when it's complete, right? It gives you these placeholders where you can place your information or where you should be placing your information here. And then you would place your logo or your headshot or whatever you would want to be as your icon in the second box. Okay, so that file is the sample, and then this is the file you will actually download. This is the one that you will go through and download and customize. Okay, additionally in this file there is a doors folder. Inside of here we've just created a couple of doors if you want to use them for marketing in Multiverse. They have the logos on them with the save the date, and you can go through here and select one if you'd like to do that. Okay. All right, so back to the email. So I'm still here in this email with the detailed information. So you will receive this if you fully booked out your session, you have all your details. Again, if you don't have all of your details and now you've collected some information and you want to go back in and update your booking, you're going to go to this email and select reschedule. Okay, I'm going to click reschedule here. This is that confirmation page that you will have received. So I'm going to click reschedule here. And though this page is used for rescheduling, it's also used to edit your information. So I'm not changing the date. I'm not changing my time or any of that. I'm changing these details, right? So I have all of my information. The first thing I'm going to do is go to this notes section. I'm going to delete needs information update because again, this is a cue to the committee. Okay, this person has entered all of their information. And I'm just going to start to enter in my details. This is just some generic information, excuse me, but I've gone through, I've updated my session information with all the details that are necessary, and then I'm just going to click update booking. All right, and it says your booking has been rescheduled, but we know it's just updated, right? And you will get a confirmation message in email shortly. So I'm going to go back over to my email account, to my inbox, and now you'll see this updated email from the same email address. Not trying to move you. I click here, your booking has been updated, so it still gives me my booking details, still gives me those links, and then I can go through here and just double check to make sure everything was updated the way that I want it. Okay, still from here you can reschedule, so if anything changes you can go in and you can reschedule and make those edits. Again though, any edits that you make, so whether you know your session details up front and you've booked it, or whether you've changed it, any changes that you make have to happen before September 12th. Okay, so September 12th, 2024. I know I said I was going to mention it a bunch of times. I am mentioning it a bunch of times because we really want you to be able to get in and have your sessions marketed appropriately and really get a good turnout. So just make sure you have everything in by September 12th, 2024. Okay. Any questions that you have, you can reach out to the committee. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to Sherry. You can also reply to these email messages that you will receive, and it will come to us so we can answer your questions via email. And that is kind of it. Just look out once we have, after September 12th, we're going to send out the release dates for the catalog so you can know when that is coming out. We will also be sending out the updated schedule, the complete schedule that has all of the sessions on it. Also, just like the last 2 years, we have some networking events. We have some really fun social activities planned. We have the opening keynote speaker, and we have the closing event. So all of that information will come out once that catalog is released. So again, if you have any questions, anything you need to ask us, just please feel free to reach out, and we look forward to working with you. We are super excited about this 3rd annual Women's World Metaverse Retreat. Thanks for watching.